que se me lía. Vale, estamos aquí ya. Ya hicimos prácticamente todo lo que podíamos porque esto es música. Esto es para repartir combates que obviamente y fases que es lo que he desbloqueado. Los dos desbloqueos que he tenido y las clases que de momento no me hacen falta. No había ninguna misión, pillé todo. Así que abrimos el mapa mundi. No puedo ir tampoco a ningún otro sitio, así que vamos allá. Vamos a continuar la historia. 5 años después, Está guay, me está gustando mucho. Joshua sigue vivo. Yo pensaba que lo había palmado después de haberse metido a Tifeo en el cuerpo. Pero sigue vivo por lo que vimos, así que a ver qué ocurre.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
¿Qué ha salido?
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We'll face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Lazos de sangre. Bueno, tiene más. A ver.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Marcus Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde.
Nivel 24 y 23. Tafeo sigue vivo. Se lo metió Joshua. Es que ya nos han dicho que era Joshua en el cuerpo. Entonces seguramente sigue vivo. ¿Cómo? No sé. Y tenemos el poder de Odín ahora. Bueno, de Odín. Joder, como es Rayo pienso que es Odín. Y a pesar de saber que no es Odín. Tenemos el poder del amo, que es el de Cid. Porque él sí que la palma. Es decir, ahora tenemos como el poder de 3 dominantes. No puedo transformarme en 3 invocaciones, pero oye. Puedo utilizar rayo, electro. O sea, puedo utilizar piro, aero y electro. ¿Cuánto me queda para subir de nivel? Puf, me queda una barbaridad. Y esto lo hicimos en nivel 24, sí, nivel 26. A ver si consigo. Buah, es que si lo consigo hacer estaría muy bien. Porque si me dura más, eso implica más vida y más daño que puedo hacer seguido. Vamos a tardar, pero es que me quiero mejorar lo de Ifrit al máximo. ¿Cómo lo tenemos? Se murió. No, se murió. Ahora mismo estamos 5 años después. De lo que tú viste han pasado 5 años hasta este momento.
Quiet, you! Nothing but loyalists.
Jill, look.
Y ahora tenemos un chocobo. Que era el nuestro de cuando éramos jóvenes.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befalls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
¿Cómo ha palmado? Pues... Nah, no vas a tener nada distinto. En ese momento, cuando destruimos el cristal madre. ¿Pero por qué 5 años? Porque han pasado 5 años desde que destruimos el cristal madre. Y ahora, Clive es Sith. Es el que ha cogido su legado, por así decir.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
Aquí han pasado mucho. Unas pocas. Vale, no es aquí. Y ahora mismo pues estamos empezando la misión con la que empezamos con Cid. Como era destruir los cristales madre. Vamos a destruir los cuatro cristales madre.
I'm sorry.
O los guardas oscuros.
Black Shields. Just now. You've seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Y cuando destruimos el cristal madre, pues había utilizado todo su poder y nos dio su poder y la tuvo que palmar. Nos dio su poder para que lo tuviésemos nosotros.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
Que sí, que es lo que queréis.
Held noticing those imperial
Y nos hemos quitado la marca.
who were here earlier.
Esto nos hacía por... que es como que nos hacían como que éramos esclavos y unas mierdas. Se nos ha quedado la cicatriz, obviamente, pero no se ve. Entonces, ya no está tan normal.
You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
¿Vamos a matar a nuestra madre? Bueno, ojalá, Vaya paso un perro.
Sorry, it's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
He vuelto del gimnasio y hizo todo de dormir. Yo estaré aquí... Hostia, pedazo de caminaco. Orilla y media y son 4 cristales. 4 o 5, creo que eran 4.
Directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Uy. Pum, 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 pum. Y así vamos a los dos. Pues valen los dos caminos, así que venimos por aquí. Ahora que seguimos, estamos yendo el camino para ir a destruir el primer cristal madre. Nos estamos preparando un poquito. O sea, que no pensaba que esto fuese esto. Que yo quería interactuar con lo otro. Eso podría ir un poquito más rápido, pero bueno, me sirve. Destruido rapidito. ¿Y esto qué es? Ah, era como un cofre. Ponme el poder de Fénix.
More of my mother's men.
Y le clavamos esto, vale, muerto. Por aquí no es. ¿Y mis cofres? Te entregué... ¿Estamos a martes? Se habrán recuperado, te tengo que dar más. Pero los tengo que dividir, también le tengo que dar a Kairos, al fin y al cabo. Podría coger el chocobo, pero no lo estoy haciendo para poder ir combatiendo. Y les damos todos los rayitos. Si no te solicito nada. No, no. Solicitar. ¿Qué me va a solicitar? Stimulus. Eh... Joder, qué rápido. El perrete sigue vivo. El perrete se llama Torgal. Me acuerdo siempre.
Anónimo 29 y Bob Esponja dejan el siguiente mensaje.
Me asusta más en los juegos de miedo, porque estoy más tenso. En este sitio más tranquilito.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel.
Pues hombre, como que puedo contigo con unas manos con los ojos cerrados, así que...
Our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield, Brazarian.
Hostia, que no lo tengo cargado. Dos ahí. Hacemos así. Ahora que reciban un golpe, ¡boom! Explota hacia arriba. Se acabó. Ataca. Easy.
Tell me what I want, and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Aldil. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Se nos lía. No saltes, abre la puerta.
Find something, boy. Death.
O sea, ¿qué hay ahí? ¡Hostia! ¡Hostia! No son pocos, ¿eh? Son dos portadores.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Hostia, se han cebado un poco, ¿no?
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Oye gritos cerca de los del pueblo.
But this is their home.
You find no succor to the south travelers. Nor be
Si no me dejan pasar por las buenas, entraré por las malas. ¿Estos eran enemigos? Sí. Ya hacemos así. Vamos a ver por la playa a ver si hay algo más aparte de estos enemigos. Y no tiene pinta de que haya nada más.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened.
Por ahí no puedo entrar, pues recto.
The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. I told my uncle fared better.
Easy. Uy, pues lo ha derrotado el perrete.
That's the main gate.
Sé que son enemigos, pero voy a pasar de ellos.
Everyone's hoping to get in.
Have mercy. Voice friends, dogs they are. You can't ignore us forever.
Who will die on your doorstep?
Better out there than in here.
Oh, get enough from
Fuck off. I'm the Jimmy's bastards. Those crystals belong to us all. I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stall. down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Nazareth. We'll find our way into the city there.
Pues vamos por allí.
If you're sure. And the entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
La llama de la esperanza.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Cinco guiles. Suficiente.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Tiene que estar por aquí.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Ah, pero esto lo cerro todo más fácil.
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Easy. ¿Ese poder qué es? ¿Qué poder? ¿El de los rayitos que le echa bolitas, dices? El de Cid.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
El poder de Cid, el poder de Oramu.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
can speak inside.
Anda. Si no, no es que no son dominantes, pero... Estos estuvieron con nosotros. Si no recuerdo mal, era uno de los que nos acompañó cuando tuvimos que derrotar al Molbol.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Intenta venir a por mí, pero no va a sobrevivir.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready.
El juego empezó que quería ayudar a los mentes y ni uno se ha unido menos el Odín. No es Odín, su invocación es Lamu, que es que lo confundo siempre.
If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must...
Y no era querer ayudarles, era buscar al dominante que había matado a nuestro hermano para vengarlo.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
And let's hope Sir Wade has a good
Tenemos que
quartermaster.
evolucionarnos bien, muy bien. No hemos hecho tanto y ni siquiera hemos gastado. No creo, no me vas a vender nada, nada mejor que lo que tengo, ¿verdad?
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Alder have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Ñam. Es parte de la misión principal, así que... O sea, me va a acompañar durante un tiempo en esta zona. Pero en ningún otro sitio. Me parece bien.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned
Vas a llamar a Ambrosio.
we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Look at me sideways.
Qué bonito es el chocobo blanco, tío. Me flipa.
Bastard.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Ambrosio, vete.
Thanks, Gal.
What is it now? I told you. We bear a message for the Viceroy. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your...
Va a ser un buen mensaje, la verdad. Va a ser con un par de quemaduras que posiblemente la madre la reconozca.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the
Easy.
flank!
Another wyvern to find that battle for.
Hacemos así y le tiramos al suelo.
More dragons.
Perfecto.
Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't let them flatter.
I've heard talk.
Uy, lo han derrotado. Hostia.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Hacemos así. Oh, yo le estoy dando a esquivar, colega. Tiramos solo. Uy, casi la lío. Pero no la lío.
So wait! There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You ain't finished him.
Vamos a transformarnos en lo de Ifrit. Nos mata, nada, no nos mata. Ya está hecho. Easy. Y sin curar. ¿Por qué no me he curado? Porque soy gilipollas en el fondo. ¡Shiu!
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Misión cumplida. Easy peasy.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your lords lie.
¿Otra insignia más?
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it.
Güey, ¿te das cuenta que los puedo reventar? No, que tengo la bendición del Fénix.
Could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wayne. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. He means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench.
Y así nos reconoce.
Death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Se le están saliendo las lágrimas.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play so blandly.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Qué majo.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. An reputation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive.
20?
The nation your father and your
No,
forefathers
18.
fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Están guay esas conversaciones, tío. Me flipan. No sé. Pues vamos a la guarida. Sangre, hierro y fe.
Only the founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess. I didn't take you for a scholarly man.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Priorizar misión. A ver si tú tienes algo.
What do you need? What do you want? Anything else?
Absolutamente nada.
Headlands wouldn't be half as bad.
Qué guay. Gracias. Voy a hacer esto para que se quite. Más que nada para que se quite lo otro. Vamos a coger la otra misión antes de irnos.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these guardians?
There are new billets being posted.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you.
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. But normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Vale.
Fine. If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. We'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
¿Hay alguna misión?
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Here you go.
No, son estas dos. Y voy a esperar algo. ¿Hay alguna nueva? No, ¿verdad? Nope. Vas ahora con ello.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the mother crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Dristanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil
when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drostenus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drek's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. Then, thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Pues entonces por si acaso no voy a hablar con Jill de momento. No quiero partir. Nos hemos centrado un poquito a lo que nos vamos a enfrentar, así que...
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now every time I reach for my hammer,
O sea, creo que tienes envidia.
that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You've got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right, we're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Y está aquí.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels.
Igual es para mejorar la forja.
the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe. Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Estas cosas me dan fatal. Puerta oeste del bastión Norvent. Tengo que hacer esta también al fin y al cabo. Estaría bien poder coger los encargos y guardarlos en algún sitio. Me podría hacer los encargos ahora que lo pienso. Es una manera de farmear.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Boy, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up, hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer, when there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that, and even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. Three Reeds would be your best bet, memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Vamos a buscar algún escorpión.
Stay sharp.
Don't you go causing any trouble.
No creo que hagamos nada más principal. Porque en 25 minutos me voy, así que en cuanto haga las misiones secundarias las hagamos.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Boom. Perfecto.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Venimos aquí. Y se lo entregamos.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long. I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
No le gusta.
Odin's teeth. What assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Y misión cumplida. ¿Sube de nivel? ¿Puede ser? No, pero me voy a quedar en nada. Hostia, incrementa la defensa en 30. Me pide 2000. Pues vamos a ver si encontramos los encargos. Lo vamos por aquí. A ver, puerta oeste, bastión Norvent. Es puerta este. Puerta oeste. A ver. Vale. Va a costar encontrarlos, yo os lo digo. Porque creo que ya todavía no hay ni una puta. Es aquí. Esto es error mío. No. Tío, y no hay ningún... Qué raro que no haya ningún monito. ¿Fuera del mapa de qué? Entendido.
Good day to you. You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
Vas a llamar a Ambrosia.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Vale, muy bien. Esto tiene que ser para mejorar algo. ¿Por qué? Por el simple hecho del símbolo de la misión secundaria. Porque la última que tenía una cruz, desbloqueamos Ambrosia. Entonces, esto o me desbloquea algo o me mejora algo.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Está aquí, ¿verdad? Sí. Dozmare. Clase B. Tiramos al suelo. Y ahora vamos a hacer así. Ya va a pegar full. El 28 y 26. Bueno, está bien. Hacemos así. Perfecto. ¡Bum! Perfectísimo. Y subo a nivel 28. Ah, no, 27.
Something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Yeah. Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. You remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Vamos a completar la misión y a ver si encontramos los otros dos. Eso sí, quiero comprar lo que me ha gastado.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Is that all? And with a bit of luck. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this. Along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. Don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. Giving me my mate back.
Entrando donde no debes. Supongo que será un esto mejor. Un diseño.
Back, are ya? What's that for in, dear?
Electrum.
And
that monster's taken quite a liking to me.
Voy a ver si encuentro los otros dos en un momento, pero lo dudo mucho. Ese se ha tachado ya, ¿no? Sí. A ver. Vale, tengo la ubicación de uno. Vale, tengo la ubicación de los dos. Vamos a ir en un momento. Uno está en... aquí. Tengo que venir aquí. Y se encuentra en este puente. Se supone. Pues no. Segunda targa aquí.
This might take a while.
Ahí está.
Be safe.
Belfegor. Ya se ve. Hostia, nivel 30. Hacíamos esto. Bien, y ahora lo metamos. Vale, no es el... Mierda, me ha matado. Oh, puta. ¿La marca se obtiene en el mismo sitio? Sí. Cagada mía.
Run like the wind.
Está aquí atrás. Está muerto ya, Es que ha sido cagado muy fuerte mía.
Thanks, girl.
Al suelo. Joder. Te vas a utilizar un mazo objeto sin querer. Al suelo. Ahora sé que lo que digo. Hombre, con la mierda de vida que le queda no me voy a jugar. Ahora sí. ¿Y el último está en dónde? En Northwich. Aquí. Es ahí, ¿no? A ver. Sí, efectivamente. Bueno, otra poción y otra poción. Ah, suficientes. Luego con que compre todo, suficiente. Es ese de ahí, ¿verdad? Sí. Ahora una clase C. Perfecto. Hacemos esto. Al suelo. Listo.
Rest well.
A la guarida. Pues si están todos, vamos a comprobarlo en un momento en el tablón de anuncios. Cogemos todas las recompensas de la guarida por haber ayudado y se finí. Y comprar objetos. Están todos hechos. No hay ninguna otra misión, ¿no?
How are you doing? Here you go.
No.
Seen enough?
How may I help you today, client?
Anillo de bárbaro.
Here you are. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
A ver. No me interesa tanto.
How did we never hear about these guardians of
Pues hemos hecho todas las misiones secundarias y todas las misiones de caza.
That monster's taken quite a liking.
Well, don't just stand there, go. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
Voy a ver si puedo fabricar algo, que lo dudo, pero bueno.
I got ya. What do you want?
Y no va a hacer absolutamente nada, así que... Y yo me tengo que ir ya. Justo a tiempo. Entre comillas, porque voy un poco tarde, pero bueno. Pues cortamos aquí el episodio.